let's talk about the fruit, the orange. Syracuse is headed to North Carolina. Is this a test for North Carolina? I don't know. I really don't know how good Syracuse is. I don't know. I mean, Clemson beat them last week. Didn't like blow them out or anything, but who the hell is Clemson going to blow out? I don't know if they're going to blow anybody out other than Charleston Southern this year.
Mhm.
I don't think it's that type of offense. I don't think they have the quarterback for it. So, with that being said, North Carolina sure as hell has the quarterback for it. Let's throw some stats on the screen and let's take a look at this one a little bit deeper. Because I'm interested to see Syracuse's numbers. It's not every week we get to talk about Syracuse, and like Maryland, like we talked about earlier. I mean, I would imagine, barring take away last week, ain't nobody watching a damn Syracuse game. Come on. So
Yeah.
let's take a look at these numbers. Scoring offense, 17th in the country, 38. That's decent, especially with the run and clock rules this year. It seems like offensive numbers are down a little bit, so that's pretty decent. Rushing offense, 52nd. Passing offense, 39th. Third down conversion, 10th. That's really good. Tackles for loss, obviously defensive stats, 7th. That's good. Pretty daggone solid stats for Syracuse so far this year, considering it's Syracuse. Is this Syracuse offense going to be able to get the ball up and down the field on what I think is a somewhat improved North Carolina defense, but definitely not some kind of diamond in the rough or anything like that? I wouldn't say. What do you think about this one? I don't have play here. Do you?
I don't. Yeah, I say that I don't. I don't have a pick on the money line or the over and under. Okay. Um, so to me though, when I break down the numbers, all right, and I know Syracuse, their big game was against Clemson. They got beat by 17 points. It wasn't really a blowout or anything like that. I thought that they competed pretty well against a Clemson team whose backs are against the wall. Right, they're not really playing for anything but pride, and I think that kind of bodes well for Dabo over there. And I think it was a tough game. It was kind of an easy one to lose, and I think Clemson's a tough team. I think from a power rating perspective, I still think that they're like a top 20 team. So I think that's a tough matchup, But when you go by the numbers, anyways, Syracuse really is at least somewhat better than North Carolina. They're average or better in every category. Their rushing defense has been really good. That's not gonna that matchup wise doesn't play well in Syracuse's favor because North Carolina really doesn't want to run the football anyways. They're trying to get the ball in Drake May's hand and let him run the offense. So this is kind of a gut play for me, but I'm already taking A&M in the money line. That's only a plus 115. So Vegas is already telling you that's not a very that's very likely, right, at plus 115. But give me
Yeah.
give me Syracuse in the money line at plus 275 over North Carolina.
Oh.
I think this is a
Okay.
sneaky good game, and I'm not going to play the spread or anything like that because I do think that there's a path for UNC to cover. But I think that Syracuse is able to do some things well on defense, create some turnovers and things like that to make this a really good game. And I think they can sneak up and get North Carolina, who also struggled with App State earlier in the season. I think that they finally take that loss of the season that they're not supposed to lose, but they tend to lose once a season anyway. So I think Syracuse is probably saying, hey, we got beat by Clemson. It's a tough game, but we're ready to bounce back and reach up and grab somebody by the shoelaces. And I think North Carolina is that victim this week.
Wow. Yep. Uh, that would definitely shake some things up in the ACC, as we're just now getting into some of that really, really good ACC play, and some of these undefeated teams facing off. So, wow, I'm here for that. That would be fun to watch. I
Mhm.
I like Syracuse plus the points if I'm going to have to pick it. Um, and I like your play. I think obviously there's great value in that, but not so much value that it's like Vegas is saying that it's freaking impossible to happen. So I like that. I like that play a lot.